I wasn't invited to my niece's wedding because my family said I was bad luck. That's not even the worst part. What really broke me was realizing they all believed it, even the ones I thought were on my side. I found out about the wedding on Facebook. Not from my sister, not from my mom, not from anyone who should have told me. I was just scrolling one night and saw a tagged photo. My niece, Emily, in a white dress, standing beside her fiancé under some huge garden arch covered in lights. The caption read, "The most magical night ever, 2 hearts # finally married." At first, I thought maybe it was an engagement shoot. But then I saw my mom in the background of one of the photos. She was smiling. My brother was there, too. Even my cousins. And that's when it hit me, everyone was there. Everyone but me. I remember staring at that screen for so long my phone dimmed itself twice. The next day, I called my sister, Rachel, Emily's mom. She didn't answer. So I called again. Still nothing. It wasn't until my third call that she picked up. "Hey," I said, trying to sound casual. "I saw the pictures. Emily's wedding looked beautiful." There was a pause. Then she said, "Oh, yeah. It was. You didn't think to invite me?" I asked. Another pause. Then she sighed. "It wasn't my idea, okay? Mom didn't think it was a good idea for you to come." I laughed, but it came out shaky. "What does that even mean?" "She just, you know how she is. She thinks you bring bad luck to big events after what happened at." "Don't say it," I cut her off. Because I already knew what she was about to mention. The accident at Dad's retirement party 3 years ago. The one they still blamed me for. Back then, I'd brought my ex-boyfriend, Mark, to meet the family. Everyone had been suspicious of him because he was older, but I thought it would be fine. Halfway through the night, he got drunk, argued with my brother, and stormed out. And on his way out, he accidentally backed his car into the rental van that had all the catering equipment inside. The van caught fire. No one got hurt, but the food was gone, the party ended, and my family's favorite thing to do, blame me, started again. They called it a sign. They said I brought chaos wherever I went. And somehow, that label, bad luck, stuck. "I can't believe you're serious," I said to Rachel over the phone. "You actually listened to Mom about this?" "I'm your sister." "I know," she said quietly. But it wasn't just her. Even Emily felt weird about it. She said she didn't want anything to go wrong. She's superstitious like Grandma, you know how she gets. "So instead of asking me to be there, you all decided to act like I didn't exist?" She didn't respond. "Rachel?" She just said, "I'm sorry," and hung up. I sat in my apartment the whole night after that, just staring at my walls. The silence was heavy, the kind that feels like it's pushing down on your chest. My friend Leo called me later. He was one of the few people who knew about the whole bad luck nonsense. "You should have gone anyway," he said when I told him. "Crash the damn wedding." "Yeah, that would have really helped my reputation," I said. "Who cares what they think?" he said. "They already treat you like you're cursed. Might as well give them something real to talk about." I laughed, but deep down, he didn't get it. This wasn't just about being excluded, it was about being erased. A few days later, I decided to visit my mom. I didn't call first. I just drove there, heart pounding the whole time. When she opened the door, she looked shocked to see me. "Well, this is a surprise," she said, crossing her arms. "Yeah," I said, "you could have surprised me too, you know. Maybe by inviting me to my niece's wedding." Her eyes flickered away. I didn't want any bad energy there. "Bad energy?" I said. "Mom, it's a wedding, not an exorcism." "Don't start," she said sharply. "You know what happened last time. And before that too, at your cousin's graduation when the sound system broke." "That wasn't even my fault." I interrupted. "How do you blame me for a speaker blowing out? You were there, weren't you?" she said, like that was all the proof she needed. I stared at her, my chest burning. "So me existing means disaster now? You always bring drama, Anna," she said. "You make everything about you." I laughed bitterly. "You made it about me, Mom. You and your ridiculous superstitions." She just stood there, tight-lipped, refusing to look me in the eye. That silence, that same old silence that filled every argument we ever had, was back. Later, when I left her house, I drove to Leo's place. He lived in a small apartment above a bakery, and the smell of bread hit me the second I got out of the car. "You look like hell," he said when I walked in. "Thanks," I said flatly. He poured me a drink and sat across from me. "So what's the plan? Are you just gonna let them do this to you again?" I shrugged. "What else can I do? They've already decided who I am." "Then change the story," he said. "Show them you're not what they think." I wanted to believe him. But how do you change a story that's been written for you your whole life? Weeks passed. The photos from the wedding kept popping up online. Every smiling face reminded me that my own family thought I was a curse. Then one night, Emily herself called me. I almost didn't answer. "Hi, Aunt Anna," she said quietly. "I just wanted to say I'm sorry." "For what?" I asked. "For the wedding," she said. "Mom told me why you weren't there. I didn't really think it through. I let everyone convince me it was better that way. I didn't say anything at first. I was too tired to be angry." "I get it," I finally said. "You didn't want anything to ruin your big day." "I don't believe you're bad luck," she said. "I never really did, but I guess it was easier to just go along with it than argue with everyone." "Yeah," I said quietly. "That's how it starts. Then before you know it, everyone's rewritten the truth." There was a long pause before she said, "Can I see you? Maybe for coffee?" I agreed. When we met at this small cafe downtown, she looked nervous. She kept stirring her drink even after all the ice had melted. "You know," I said, "when I saw those pictures, it hurt. Not because I wasn't at the wedding, but because it proved what I've known for years. I'm the family scapegoat." She looked up. "I think they just don't know how to stop blaming you for stuff. It's like a habit now." "Habits break when people want them to," I said. She nodded, looking guilty. Then she said something that surprised me. "Grandma said something the other day. She told Mom that maybe she went too far. That maybe you weren't the problem all along." I raised an eyebrow. "She said that?" "Yeah, I think seeing how upset you were finally made her think." I didn't know what to feel. Part relief, part disbelief. A week later, Mom called. She didn't apologize, not directly. That wasn't her style. She just said, "I made some food. Come by if you want." When I got there, she had my favorite dish on the table. We didn't talk about the wedding. We didn't talk about bad luck. But for the first time in a long time, she smiled at me, genuinely. Maybe it wasn't forgiveness. Maybe it wasn't closure. But it was something. And for once, that felt like enough. Still, sometimes I think about that night. About how easily people can turn someone into a symbol of bad luck, of shame, of whatever they need to blame to feel safe. I don't believe in curses anymore. But I do believe in people's need to find one. And for most of my life, that person was me.